So we got some breaking news that just came out not too long ago today. So ex-USA gymnastics coach John Geddert, he killed himself, but I wouldn't want to say this is the reason, but there was speculation today going around that he's being charged with 24 felony charges. 24 felony charges. These 24 felony charges, they are separated into 20 counts of human trafficking and forced labor, one count of first degree sexual assault, one count of second degree sexual assault, racketeering, and lying to a police officer. Um, a lawyer from Michigan Attorney General's office, she said that, and I quote, her name is Dana Nessel. She said, "This is a tragic end to a tragic story for everyone involved." He was in question. He was investigated in 2018 of February, and this was around the time that Larry Nasser. In case you guys think that sounds familiar, that is a gymnastics coach who was being charged with sexually assaulting the USA gymnastics team for the women. He was kind of tied to him, and he was investigated with that too. But today it just came out that he is being charged with 24 felony charges. But before he could even go to prison, or even before he could even go to court, he ended up killing himself not too long ago. So let me start off with this, okay, Nate? Okay, you mind if I start off?
Go right ahead. I gotta think about what to say. So,
Right. All right. Thank you. So I remember when the Nassar or Larry Nasser. I remember when that case first happened. I heard about it, and I was like, I can't believe this guy did this to these young women. Some of them were even minors. Like some of them were even minors because at the Olympics, you can get into the Olympics at like 16 or whatever it is, depending if you're that good. And I remember when I first heard about it, and that was kind of like the start of like the Me Too movement. Other women started coming out and saying, "Hey, this guy did this and this guy did that." And honestly, the Me Too movement was very, very impactful. Some people were using it for the right ways to express their story that happened to them. Other people used the Me Too movement and ended up creating stories. So like, there was mostly though, I want to say the Me Too movement was a good kind of movement because it kind of gave women a little bit more confidence to come out and express their story so other women could, understand that, like, look, you're not alone. This has happened to a lot of us, and even though it's unnecessary to happen, just know that, like, we need to do something. We need to stand up together, and we need to put a stop to this. And honestly, that's when it first happened. So the fact that this guy's name was connected to Larry Nasser, John Geddert, I mean, look, this here's the thing though. Okay, this is what I want to talk about, Nate. First, I'll go with the human trafficking, considering the fact that 20 counts or 20 charges that he had was the human trafficking, human sex trafficking, or human trafficking in general. It is like one of the most hardest crimes to track down because usually human trafficking and sex trafficking, usually they're tied to like a circle. It's like in a circle or it's in a chain, and like there's so many rich, powerful people involved in it. And like it's just very hard to track down because it happens all over the world. So I am really glad that they found this stuff out, and I hope that, like, the United States gymnastics team, I hope that this was justice served for them, because honestly, what happened to them, they could, like, what happened to them, I'm wishing them the best of luck in the future, that never happens to them or anybody else again, because that is just something very messed up, and I think it's one of the worst crimes in the world, stuff like that. But trafficking is so hard to track down because there's so many chains and there's so many circles and there's so many like rinks, and there's so many rings. So like it's really hard to track down. But I'm glad that they found this stuff out because he was being investigated. And I'm surprised it took 3 years to kind of like, kind of get him in the, kind of actually face him with these charges. But like, he was charged with these, and then not too long ago he killed himself. So honestly, Nate, that shows me like a sign of guilt right there. That's the first thing it shows me, is like a sign of guilt. These charges are coming at you. There's no way out of it. Because if he was not guilty, I feel like he would have definitely took this to court and he would have fought it as hard as he could. But this shows a sign of guilt. And we just got this information just recently. As of this time that we're recording the video, just remember that when this video gets uploaded, it'll be a little bit later. But look, this is honest. This is honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. I'm not sure if like this was the last person involved in like that U.S. gymnastics case. I'm not sure, but I want to say that this is a positive step forward. First it was Nasser, then it was Geddert. So those two being like in the front of it or being main pieces to these crimes, for them to get arrested and get the charges put on them, I think that's a positive step forward. And I just want to say, like, I support the woman who came out during the Me Too movement and shared their stories. I think that takes a lot of confidence, and I got to give them all the respect, and I got to give them all the respect in the world for telling their story. And I'm so sorry that that stuff happened to them, but I just want them to know that, this is. I hope that this is a positive step forward because I'm not sure how much is involved in this, and I'm trying not to say, and I'm trying, I'm not sure how many more people are involved in this, but I just want to. But I feel like Nate. I feel like this is a good step forward now that Getter is another guy who was being charged with all these crimes. So with that being said, I'll pass on to you and everybody everybody please. We're gonna say this one more time because we say it almost every single day. Make the right choices. Just make the right choices. Okay. Don't end up doing something as dirty as this. Okay. This is unacceptable. It's unnecessary. It is a crime that should not be committed ever. And so, with that being said, I'll pass it on to you, Nate.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of like twisted with my words because like I'm trying to find the right words to say. It's just really not. It's hard for me to explain because it's just such an odd situation. Obviously, before I get to anything though, I don't think you've mentioned this, but the sources for this was Dan Murphy and John Barr of ESPN. I'm not sure if
Thank
you
you.
mentioned that, but in case if you didn't,
Yeah, I forgot, but thank you.
oh, did you? All right, you're welcome. Yeah, man, dude, like I can't. I wrap my mind around it, and I wrap my mind around this. I still can't find the words. I still can't find the right words to come out of my mouth because this is just ridiculous. 24 felony charges. I mean, I mean, wow. Wow, man. I just don't know what to say, dude. I don't know what to say. And like you said, yeah, this is a good step forward because they finally caught the other guy that was a part of this sexual assault stuff and whatever. Um, and yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm very proud of those women that stood up in the Me Too movement, spoke out about their story and whatever. Gave other women confidence, just like how for say the Black Lives Matter, it gives other Black people in the younger Black generation more confidence, and because they're Black and whatever. That's what these movements are all about. So to catch this guy and finally, put an end to such horror and, now you can finally like, close the chapter and search for kind of stop searching for the closure and just, the light's waiting for you when the smoke clears. You know what I mean? So
Right. But the thing is though, with this, we don't even know if that's the end of the chapter.
yeah,
Like we,
right. Yeah.
that's why I'm saying that human trafficking is one of the toughest crimes because there's so many people involved. There's
There
so
could be
many.
so many more. Yeah.
Right, and like it's a scary thing. It really is because I live pretty near Myrtle Beach. I know Myrtle Beach is one of the highest they are one of the highest like towns in or cities of sex trafficking in the U.S. So like it's a very hard thing to track down. So like I don't even know if this is an end of a chapter. It's a positive step forward, right? Because this is a guy who's part of it, and for him to be busted, it is a positive step forward. It is some justice. But I just don't know how many people were involved in this. And I mean, I bet there were a lot more people who were being investigated that still haven't faced any charges. But this is a positive, excuse me, this is a positive step forward. And, I just hope more positive steps forward end up being made to end up kind of slowing this down. But I'll give it back to you, Nate.
Yeah. There's just not much else for me to say because I don't really have the right words to kind of explain this. So I'll end off by saying, obviously make the right decisions because, like, this right here is just a prime example of why the world is the way it is today. Because everybody wants to do all these things, and it's just you kind of know what I'm getting at. So just make the right decisions.
Right.
Um, as for the people affected by this, I wish them the best of luck, and I hope there's light. And unless if you don't have anything else to say, then I wish them all the best of luck, and I hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel for them.
Right. I'll say this. I'll say this. For everybody who anybody or anybody who's been affected by crimes like this, you know, and like in their life or in their past or right now, whatever it might be, just know that we support you. You know, just know that we
Right,
support you.
right,
You may not know what you're going through, but just know that we support you, and just know that you're not alone. You know, because sometimes it might feel that way, but just know you're not alone because these crimes are very unnecessary. They really are, and they're very disgraceful and despicable and disgusting, to be honest with you. So like, and this is a topic, like usually we end up coming up with a hot mic because we're really annoyed. But this is a topic that is so like disturbing that we can't even like, that me nor Nate have even the words to yell out. Because if we do, like, who knows what we, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what we might say? It'll be a lot of bad words towards John Geddert and like Larry Nasser. So so with that being said, you know, for anybody who's going through something like this, just know that we support you and we stick by you.